Here at the National Park Gallery of Canada, we have some exquisite new pieces in our collection. Allow me to show you. From season 3 over here of the nation's most embarrassing car show, there's this beautiful headlamp, which takes us to this. They tell me it's called a radiator. I just adore the twisted metal and how it denotes car crashes and anarchy. This is from season 6. And then our new pièce de résistance, this grill from season 1, quite unlike the grills used by rappers today. Oh, who am I trying to kid, really? We're not a museum, we're a car safety show. And yes, there will be pieces that fall to the ground, but they won't be done by artists. They will be done by these people right here. These people are disasters behind the wheel. In fact, one of them is Canada's worst driver. Ever since the dawn of the automotive industry, the best way to reverse in a straight line has been to put one hand around the passenger seat and put the other hand on the top of the steering wheel while looking out the rear window. Then, though, some brainiac figured it would be a good idea to put a camera on the rear bumper and then broadcast that image on the dashboard so that drivers can look forward while driving backwards. What's next? Are they going to put cameras all over the car so that you can lie back and steer based on an image that's being broadcast on the ceiling? Ooh, this is nice. The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers will be to reverse in a straight line in a head-to-head test. But first, we're going to give them a lesson from Tim Danter.
Tim Danter, our head instructor here at the Driver Rehabilitation Center, is just one of the 4 experts we have on staff. Joining him are high-speed driving instructor Philippe Letourneau, therapist Shamila Kiru, and our legal expert Cam Woolley. These folks watch every move the bad drivers make. Then they help me decide who should graduate each episode and who should ultimately be named Canada's worst driver.
Oh, she's driving it like a bulldozer.
All the nominees for Canada's worst driver have real valid driver's licenses. And Tim wants to know what technology they have in their vehicles.
My backup camera, my blind spot detector are pretty much my saviors.
That's Ashley. At home in Newfoundland, if Ashley's backup camera stopped working, Ashley would stop reversing.
Are you using your camera right now?
Yes.
Ashley was nominated as Canada's worst driver by Jill, who incidentally was named Canada's worst driver back in season 11.
Watch the person in front of you. Yeah, but you've got a front swing on it.
Ashley loves her backup camera.
So if I'm backing out of somewhere, that I will only use that.
And Melanie, how about you?
I'm the exact same way.
You are, eh?
Yeah.
Actually, she's not. Melanie's vehicle doesn't even have a backup camera. At home in New Brunswick, Melanie is a single mother of 4. And 2 of her kids have special needs. Melanie has a special van for shuttling those kids. But if she has to take them somewhere that reversing is required, Melanie gets someone else to drive.
You see? Use your mirrors. I don't know how to use my mirrors.
Melanie's best friend, Christina, nominated her as Canada's worst driver.
She has a wheelchair-accessible van, and she will not use the wheelchair parking spots because she would have to back out of the space.
I don't know where I'm going.
When you're backing, you always want to have your left hand at 12 o'clock. And we're going to shift our body towards the center of the car because that is going to help us put our right hand over here behind the passenger headrest. And it allows me to pull myself around and look out the rear window.
For the head-to-head reversing challenge. Drivers will each reverse down a laneway and into this open space where they must get turned around, then reverse all the way back to where they started.
Show me the position. Yes, show me the position. Is this the way either of you have reversed before?
No.
Never.
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 Ladies, start your engines. On your mark. Get set. I'm gonna repeat that one. Get set. Get set.
Put yourself in reverse position.
Get yourself set to reverse, for God's sake. Get set. Go!
For this challenge, both of the identical 2006 Honda Civics have been equipped with backup cameras. And instead of reversing the way Tim taught her to, Melanie is staring only at her backup camera's screen.
You gotta look behind you.
That's where you're going. Out the back. Look out the back.
And Ashley is also not looking out the back window.
Don't look at me.
I'm doing
Don't, what are you looking at me for? You gotta watch the sides.
Headed into the slight turn,
This is the turn.
Ashley starts looking at Melanie
Don't worry about what she's doing.
instead of looking where she wants to go.
Well, watch it, watch it.
Oh, I didn't see her.
In the open area, Melanie does use Tim's technique,
Now, would you have been able to reverse like that before?
Hell no.
but entering the lane to return home, Melanie drives into one barrier, then front end swings into the same barrier.
Wing step.
And Ashley is doing no better.
What am I hitting?
Because she is only looking at her backup camera, Ashley is unaware of her front end swing.
Well, a lot of cameras aren't going to help you for front end swing.
Meanwhile,
You're doing great.
Melanie is now reversing correctly. And lo and behold, it works.
Go on. You did it. Stop.
Melanie did indeed do it.
Yeah. I guess that's when you learn how to do something, you can do it.
And if you're taught something but stick to your own methods, you can't do it.
What am I caught on?
The worst part is, Ashley understood Tim's lesson.
Yeah, Tim told me to put my hand at 12, this hand here, and look at the back, and then use my mirrors and the backup camera as a reference check.
Next up is Shane versus Brianna.
Try and keep the car moving when you're backing because it gives you immediate, instantaneous input of where the car's going.
Okay.
That's Shane. At home in Nepean, Ontario, whenever Shane attempts to reverse,
I don't know what the I'm doing right now.
he never looks out the back window.
Yeah, I'm way too close on my side.
You think?
Shane's sister, Shanna, nominated him as Canada's worst driver.
Don't. Oh, I thought you were going back.
No, I'm not.
The next Canada's worst driver nominee is 19-year-old Brianna. And she's a big fan of our show. So,
I'll do this. Please, nobody kill me. And I'm turning.
she already knows Tim's preferred reversing technique.
Just want to watch my nose swinging into the other lane.
Brianna's grandmother, Baba G, nominated her for our Unwanted Award.
Going straight backwards now. Do.
Honk it yourself, buddy.
On your marks. Get set. Go! Ooh, Brianna.
Brianna's entire generation of Canadian drivers all got their licenses without having to reverse on the driver's test at all.
Louis, what's that all about, darling?
She hit and then I started hitting and I'm still hitting.
Slow down. You don't have to go so
Off.
While Shane gets repositioned, Brianna catches up.
Oh, they're neck and neck.
Oh, hey, hello.
Brianna isn't following Tim's lesson.
What is going on?
I can't see anything on this side of the car.
Book smart, car dumb.
Headed for the finish line, Brianna finally executes Tim's reversing technique.
That's reversing. That's what we're telling people. It's not rocket science. It's reversing.
Woo! Bravo, Brianna!
Brianna avoids reversing on public roads.
That was super valuable.
Shane is holding the wheel perfectly still, hoping that will send him straight down the center of the lane.
Steer. You gotta steer, though. Minor steering.
Son of a...
Shane spends almost 20 minutes going back and forth on our tiny course.
I don't know which way to go.
If you want to go right, you turn right.
When we come back,
This is tough, man.
the rest of Canada's worst drivers run the reverse challenge.
I'm a man.
Our head driving instructor, Tim Danter, is teaching Canada's worst drivers how to reverse in a straight line.
I put my right hand behind the headrest here, and I'll look right out the rear window.
Julie will now battle Travis in a head-to-head reverse race.
How much damage have you done to vehicles by reverse crashing?
Oh, like, I don't know the prices.
Julie doesn't know the prices because at home in Edmonton, her husband covers the cost of crashing.
My husband gets pissed off anytime I get into an accident, but honestly, it's gotten to the point where he just rolls his eyes.
Julie's reversing technique resembles Tim's reversing technique, except it's incredibly impatient.
If I were to sum it up in one word, that is why she is a bad driver.
Lara is Julie's concerned friend.
She's impatient.
Do you have a camera in your car?
Yes, we do.
Yeah?
I use it too much, to be perfectly honest.
Travis says he likes the backup camera because he's left-eye dominant.
I'm left-eye dominant.
Oh, okay.
And when I'm trying to back up, half of my vision is blurred because I can't see because my glasses.
That's just an excuse. Travis simply doesn't want to turn his head, which is really too bad because the backup camera never works for Travis.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
Ever.
Shut up.
Stop.
Travis's wife, April, is used to hearing his excuses for not reversing correctly.
I'm way too close. Sakes.
Get on your mark. She's doing it. Get set. Go. You weren't on your mark, dude.
Julie was.
She actually listened to the lesson, is following it, and doing well.
Travis, on the other hand, is not.
The camera thing is pretty much brand new technology, and it doesn't help with front-end swing.
Am I hitting something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Julie can't get turned around.
God. This is tough, man.
Eventually, she does get back in the lane.
Did I just hit something?
Julie actually grasped the lesson, I think.
Perfect! Perfect!
Julie now knows how to reverse.
I learned that it is very important to back up like this.
You were focused on this, weren't you?
I was.
Travis needs to follow the advice of our experts.
Because I'm left-eye dominant, I can't do the maneuver.
Adam wants Joe to know something.
I'm a man.
At home in Kitchener, Adam lives with his parents and his toy car collection.
One of the older Camaros. I liked this design. It'd be cool to own one of these one day.
That's the kind of car I got in the accident with on the 401.
Adam's father, Pat, knows that when Adam reverses, he has no idea where to look. So to compensate for that, Adam looks all over the place, hoping to see what he needs to see. See what I mean? Joe, on the other hand, knows how to reverse. The reason he's in rehab is because on Joe's daily highway commute,
Idiot!
he usually keeps his pickup traveling just shy of 150 kilometers an hour.
Some of these cars got to get the out of this lane.
Because in Ontario, if you get caught going faster than 150,
Loser!
you'll lose your vehicle for a week.
Get off the road! Dummy! Joe, he's going already 20 over.
That's Tony, Joe's terrified business partner.
He needs to change his driving because if he continues like this, something tragic is going to happen one day.
Joe is giving Adam a head start, but Adam isn't following Tim's reversing technique. And bored of waiting, Joe just blows by him.
That's it.
Joe did not come to rehab to learn things like reversing.
No, I don't think you can teach me any driving skills.
Adam's been on the course for 7 minutes and still hasn't made it to the turnaround section.
I would look straight out the back window like you were taught, my friend.
I gotta work on that. I'm not used to that.
Adam needs to follow the lessons we're teaching.
My top speed was a whopping 1 kilometer an hour.
When we come back, we'll learn if Canada's worst drivers know where their wheels are.
That hurt.
As a judge, it is my job to listen to the evidence presented to me and then make an educated guilty or, hey, you're innocent decision based upon my learned opinion. There are, however, some events that do not require my opinion because the results are obvious. And this next challenge is one of them. It's time for an annual event we call Riding the Rails. Guilty of not knowing where your wheels are!
This year's Riding the Rails challenge is only 16 feet long.
I'll show you how it's done. Beep, beep, beep. For a challenge like this, I like to take a long run at the course because
with a long run-up, you can get into alignment early instead of having to make minor adjustments at the last second.
Oh. This is perfect.
What Canada's worst drivers don't know is...
This is a two-directional challenge.
Which means once they're done going forward, drivers have to reverse back to the starting line.
And because I set my mirrors, I can see that I am directly on the ramp. I can watch where the rubber meets the rail. I stay on the ramp and drive successfully off the rails.
Will Julie go off the rails? Yeah, she will. Almost immediately, in fact. Instead of taking her time, Julie's impatience defeated her again.
Makes me realize that I do have to slow down.
Travis approaches the ramp at a civilized speed. But once he gets on it, he guns it. Stop! Before reversing, Travis doesn't set his mirrors.
I don't understand why they never set the mirrors.
And because of that...
Nope. I can't see.
Travis is basically blind. Blind Travis misses again.
Nope.
And again.
Ow, that hurt.
And again.
Nope.
Before finally unblinding himself.
Yeah, set those mirrors. Yeah, do it. Do it.
With the mirrors set, he does get onto the rails, but...
Stop!
Travis's achievement is short-lived.
Nope.
Joe sets his mirrors and...
He's got this easy.
He finishes the forward pass in mere moments.
And back, buddy, and back, and back.
And because he set his mirrors to see his tires...
Look at that, dead straight.
Joe is just as fast in reverse.
Dude.
Joe's only driving issue is his aggressive speed.
You know how to drive.
Yeah, I just like to go fast.
Exactly.
Brianna's passenger is 75 years old.
If she falls off of that rail, are you good?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I like action.
Brianna likes Canada's worst driver.
I have to back up over it.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
She says she's seen every single episode.
There, I'm up.
Which may explain why Brianna's doing so well. Brianna knows where her wheels are.
Do that minutes?
Adam knows where his wheels are going forward. But in reverse?
Okay, hold on.
Adam is so unsure of himself. He drives slower than crawling speed and does most of his steering while stopped.
I can't see very well on that side.
It's this violent steering that freaks me out. Uh-oh, he's going, and he's gone. You got her, keep going.
Adam spent 23 minutes on our tiny course.
I have a habit when I'm in reverse, I don't drive and steer. I just steer and then I go.
Ashley relies on her passenger while driving, so I've removed her passenger.
Oh my god.
It doesn't help.
Oh my god.
Melanie doesn't use her mirrors when reversing, so I set her mirrors for her.
Oh god, I don't know how to use my mirrors.
But it doesn't help because she doesn't act upon what she sees.
This tire's off, but you're not completely off.
Shane succeeds going forward.
Now go back.
Backwards?
Yeah.
Oh,
But even with his mirrors set to see the tires, in reverse, Shane is a lost cause.
I'm stuck.
When we come back,
ready for some training? Training?
Canada's worst drivers learn how to do a shoulder check.
I think he's pissed off.
I got this vehicle because it has the blind spot detection, because I can't do like a shoulder check.
Canada's worst drivers are in desperate need of a shoulder checking lesson.
Didn't shoulder check at all on that one.
I checked my mirror.
Yeah, that's not a shoulder check.
And turn your head, turn your head, turn your head, turn your head. Feel the burn, feel the burn, feel the burn, feel the burn. And two more, and one more, and feel the burn. Hey! Turn your head, turn your head. Drivers are so lazy. Turn your head, turn your head, turn your head, turn your head. If you want to do a proper shoulder check, come on in, boys. You have to turn your head, turn your head, turn your head, turn your head, or you'll never see into your blind spot. Check it, check it, check it, check it. To teach Canada's worst drivers how to do a proper shoulder check, here's our expert, Philippe. Turn, 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 turno!
When you do a shoulder check, the only thing I want you to do is turn your head, 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 not your body.
When I go to do it, I turn. That's my problem.
Yeah, I'll do your shoulder check. Here we go. Okay, give me one on the other side.
Like that.
There we go. What you just did is very common. I saw your arms moving.
Yeah.
And your shoulder blades were completely off the seat.
Yeah.
So when you do a shoulder check, make sure you always keep your shoulder in the back of the seat. Just turn your head halfway. Here we go.
Philippe wants Canada's worst drivers to only turn their heads halfway, because turning more than that would make them blind as to what's ahead of them.
I want your peripheral vision to still be able to see what's in front of the car. If you turn your body completely, you're missing out on all that information.
Okay.
It takes a while.
That's it.
But everyone does learn
Head to the left.
how to do a proper shoulder check.
Here we go. See, now your shoulder blade never moved.
Right.
For the shoulder check challenge, drivers will come down this laneway at 70 kilometers an hour. Once they pass these two pillars, they will do a shoulder check to see what color of square is on the other side of each pillar. One will be green, the other red. Drivers must then change lanes into the green side. And as with every high-speed challenge this season, the drivers will be using our brand new Camaro.
We want to see all the bad drivers check one way, check the other way, and turn, and, well, you saw the aerobicized video. Woo! That's 60, that's 70 right there. I go down the lane, I look, that one's green, that one's red.
It's stressful, but doable. It's moments like this that I wish I was in your blind spot. Melanie doesn't know what a blind spot is.
So hop in, let's just talk about blind spot. So here's your blind spot, watch this. Look in your rear view mirror. You see me, right? You see me? Hello, right? Then if they come out here and they're driving up to catch you, do you see me anywhere?
Yes.
As I reach Melanie's rear bumper, I vanish from all of her mirrors, which means I am in her blind spot.
Do you see me?
No.
Am I anywhere in your sight?
No.
Use all the tools in the car. Am I anywhere?
No.
Look in your mirrors. Do you see me?
No.
Not even with your peripheral vision.
No.
Look over your shoulder. I'm in your blind spot. If you change lanes right now, you clobber me.
Whew.
And I could be here for a long time. So when you're about to change lanes, you need to...
Shoulder check.
Hello. I'm in your blind spot.
It's amazing how many people don't understand what a blind spot is, how big it is, and that it actually exists.
So do you mean to say for years you've been hearing people talking about blind spots and you've just nodded and gone like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, but you actually had no idea what they were talking about?
Yeah.
You know, at this day and age, it's just fake exasperation. I know there's people out there who don't know what their blind spot is. Does Melanie now? Whoa, 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 slow down, slow down!
Melanie got out of control because coming out of the gate, she practically floored it. And instead of going 70, she went 115.
Green red. Oh, jeez. Green red. Oh, jeez. Green red. Oh, jeez.
Even when driving on public roads, Melanie never checks her speed.
That's why I don't like highways.
Melanie has driven our Camaro twice, and she's damaged it twice.
Get another piece to the car.
Travis, who claims that this challenge is impossible in our Camaro, is up next.
I can't really see out this.
Why not?
Because I can't see out this window, and this is blocking me.
Look at me.
Yep. I can barely see you.
Yep.
Barely seeing me means he can see me.
Will he turn correctly? We're about to find out.
Travis does a shoulder check, but he turns the wheel along with his head.
Red 3.
Stop! Damn it. Holy crow, that's one of the worst lane changes ever.
When I shoulder check, I pulled the wheel because I moved my shoulder, and I tried to keep my hand straight, I just couldn't do it.
Travis is still blaming the vehicle.
It's one thing to just do the quick turn your head and shoulder check, but in a vehicle like the one we have here, that doesn't work because of the design of the vehicle.
No, it's another excuse.
Shane has had some scary moments because of not checking his blind spot.
I've come close to sideswiping a couple people. I never actually made contact, but I've been honked at. I'm not ready.
Wow, he's doing a lot of shoulder check practice. That's good. Here he goes. Can he do it? Let's see.
Just before impact, Shane hit the gas.
My foot wasn't on the brake, so I'm about to hit it. I slammed on the gas.
Scary days when you're stomping and you're on the wrong pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we come back,
Green, red.
the rest of Canada's worst drivers run the shoulder check challenge.
Red, green.
Canada's worst drivers are attempting to pass our annual shoulder check challenge. Ashley wants me to demonstrate the course for her.
70K an hour. So you're gonna come down here, giddy up and go, right?
Oh my God.
We're not even there, 70 right there, okay? You shoulder check right now. Shoulder check right now. That one's red, that one's green. So like zoom, right? No problem.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do that.
Sure. Totally you're gonna be able to do that. Tears or celebration? What's it gonna be? It's always one or another with this woman. Here we go.
Red, green.
You turn the wheel.
checking her blind spot is something Ashley needs to work on.
You literally looked this way and your arms went over here.
Julie used to move her arms when shoulder checking,
Red, green.
but not anymore.
Whoa.
Julie might be this episode's graduate.
Based on that challenge, I'm for surely going to graduate.
Adam says he's going to pass this challenge.
Okay. You can do this, Adam. You can do this.
Red, green. I hit something.
Adam hit the lane marker when he was shoulder checking. But at least he's learning.
I never knew what I was looking for when doing a shoulder check. I didn't know what I needed to see.
For Brianna's run, we've made both sides green. But before it's even time to do the shoulder check, Brianna is hitting the lane barriers.
Green, red.
Brianna called red, but she didn't see it.
I thought I did it, but I just looked in the mirror and they're both green and I thought I saw that it was red.
The mind can play weird tricks when you're driving.
Joe has a tattoo honoring his 22-year-old daughter.
I've got her name right here, Kristen. Kristen.
Oh, straight down there?
Yeah.
You're a family man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do your family members think anything about your driving?
Yeah, they think I'm crazy.
Do they?
Yeah.
Tony thinks we should display a picture of Kristen from Joe's rearview mirror.
It'll slow him down, I think, you know?
If we did put a picture of your daughter in the car with you, would that change the way you think?
Probably.
Probably would.
Yeah, probably would.
Joe, easily the best driver here. He knows what he's doing. Will he pass the shoulder check challenge?
Red, green.
If Joe promises to stop speeding, he'll be this episode's graduate.
I can't say I will slow down. I really can't. I want to, I'd be lying to you.
When we come back.
Do you want to graduate?
Yeah, of course I do.
Joe can graduate if he convinces me he'll slow down.
Convince me that you won't speed.
I'd be lying.
Before the experts and I decide who this season's first graduate will be, the nominees for Canada's Worst Driver will come into the studio for a chat. Starting with Julie, who passed 2 of this episode's 3 challenges.
Do you want to graduate now?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you think you deserve to?
Because I think I've learned quite a few skills that I can take back with me, and I think it's time to kind of grow up and just be a better driver on the road, be safer.
Does anyone else want to graduate?
I'm not ready to graduate.
Absolutely not.
No.
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 Yeah, of course I do.
So what did I say to you in reference to graduating?
If I convince you that I won't speed, you'll let me graduate.
Correct. So convince me that you won't speed.
I'd be lying.
But that's... Joe, there's drivers that change lanes out there all the time that don't look. Somebody's gonna pull in front of that big truck of yours, and if you're doing more than 120, you won't have the room to slow it down. The physics isn't there.
I asked you, would you speed if you knew your daughter was in the car ahead of you?
I might. I might.
You might?
Yeah.
I'm shocked to hear you say that.
How am I affecting her? Hey. Hey. What's going on?
I'm here.
What the hell are you doing here?
Joe's daughter is here to help convince him to slow down.
What the heck?
I know. Don't be an aggressive driver.
It's dangerous. I don't want to lose you.
You need to preach by example. Be a man. Be the one who's gonna show your daughter, you know, how to behave properly.
So what are you gonna promise to your daughter?
I won't speed.
Thank you.
The speed limit's 100. I can accept 101. I can accept 105. I can accept 110. I can accept 115. But I can't go any higher than 120.
Yeah, all right.
I believe him.
Do you believe yourself?
Yeah.
Do you
Wow. If he wasn't here, I would be bull you.
So you believe him? I do believe him.
Dad, I promise you, babe.
You promise
Yeah,
me?
for
Thank
sure.
you. I believe you.
We all believe him? Tim, you got a look of doubt. Do we believe Joe? And if we don't, will we ever believe Joe?
I believe him.
I believe he's going to revert.
Revert?
To speeding.
Yeah?
Yeah. I believe it's so ingrained into him and it's such in his personality that I believe he's going to revert.
I don't agree with you. He's gonna want to speed again, there's no doubt about that. But I know he will feel guilty, so I'm not saying it's gonna be done overnight.
There's gonna be cheating.
I think he's got a conscience.
Yeah, conscience.
And if he starts cheating too much, he's gonna start feeling guilt.
I think he's going to slow down.
You think he's gonna slow down? Joe?
Yo.
Yo. There's nothing we can teach you in terms of driving
Nothing.
skill.
No.
There isn't.
No, I know.
I know too. So that's why I am going to give you your license back. The question is, am I going to just give it back to you and say go home, or am I going to give it back to you as a graduate? Some of the experts believe you when you say that you're never going to go faster than 120, and some of them are a little unsure. And the tie-breaking vote came down to me. And here's what I believe. I believe that you're incapable of looking at your daughter and telling her a bold-faced lie. So, before I give you your license back, I'm going to give you this for your rear view mirror. So you can put that there, and every day you can remember that you promised your daughter that you wouldn't go faster than 120 kilometers an hour on Canadian roads. All right?
Yeah.
So, that's first for you.
Cool, thank you.
And now I give you your license back, and I say to you, sir...
Thank you.
You're a graduate.
Thank you.
Damn straight here. I believe you, buddy.
Right on.
Well done.
Before coming to rehab, Joe was an aggressive speeder.
Signor, va fa la pasta a casa. Go wash the dishes.
And even though I couldn't convince him to slow down,
I can't say I will slow down.
Joe's daughter was able to get through to him.
I believe him. I believe him 100%. My dad wouldn't lie to me.
I won't lie to her ever. Canada, I promise I'll never speed again. 120 max. Yeah, that's cool.
Way to go, Joe, buddy. No faster than 120. You be good out there, man.
You got it, buddy.
You take care. Congratulations. This show is not about the first person to leave. It's about the person who doesn't leave. Which one of these 7 people is Canada's worst driver?
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver, the nominees see if they can keep their wheels on the trough.
Stop.
Yep.
They become unsuspecting chauffeurs in our limo reversing challenge.
Look where you want to go.
Then they're tested on their ability to look where they want to go in our annual Eye of the Needle challenge.